Parshas Vayetzei. This is a shmuz adapted from the shmuzin of Mora and Hagoin, Reb Chaim Shmulevich, Zeichet Tzaddik, V'Kodesh L'Vrocha. In last week's Parsha Toldos, it says that both Yitzchak Avinu and Rivka, Imenu, told Yaakov to go to Lavan's house. And also at the end of Parshas Toldos, it says that on the way to the house of Lavan, Yaakov was nitman bebeit medrash shel Shem ve'ever. He hid himself or concealed himself, nitman, in the base medrash of Shem and Ever, and he was Isaac bat Torah. He learned Torah. And the question is, Gewalt, if Yitzchak Avinu and Rivka both commanded Yaakov to go to the house of Lavan, he stopped off in the Beis Medrash for 14 years. 14 years he sat in the Beis Medrash and learned. What right did he have to do that? I mean, if his mother and father command him to go to the house of Lavan, he should have gone straight to the house of Lavan. Apparently, it seems that Yaakov Avinu knew what the house of Lavan means. I mean, they were Oved Avodas Gilulim, they were Oved Avodah Zarah. And apparently Yaakov Avinu felt that before you go to House Lavan, you need preparations. In order that he should remain, like he said, V'taryag mitzvahs shamarti, like he says a little later, he had to sit down and learn in the house of Lavan. He had to in the house of Shem ve'ever. He had to sit and learn Torah. Even though his parents, Yitzchak Avinu and Rivka Imenu, commanded him to go to the house of Lavan, but he understood that before you go to the house of Lavan, you need great preparations. And just to digress for one moment, a Musar Haskel for us is, before we go out into the world, we need preparation. The whole world today is like a base Lavan. So before we go out into the world, we have to prepare ourselves with Torah and Musa to be able to withstand all the Nishaynais HaChaim, all the tests of life. And in fact, it does say that the Goin, the Vilna Goin, the great Gra, before he would step out of his house, he would sit and learn, I think, until the Mesilas Yesharim. He would learn Mesilas Yesharim, the first 10 or 12 prokim, or something like that, before he went out into the world. And that's what Yaakov Avinu was doing. Before you go to a house of Lavan, you need a lot of preparations. We should really understand that in order to overcome all the nishanas of life, we have to be very prepared. So the Torah continues and it tells us during those 14 years that Yaakov Avinu sat and learned in the house of Lavan, sat in the house of Shem ve'ever. How did he learn? What kind of effort did he put into his learning? So it says in the Torah, Vayishkav b'mokim hahu. Vayetzei Yaakov miBeersheva. He came to on his way to Haran. He stopped off at Hara Miriya, according to Chazal, according to Rashi, the place where the Beis HaMikdash was to be built. Vayishkav b'mokim hahu, he slept in that place. And the Chazal say, this is a Loshen Miyut, this is saying that he slept in this place, but he didn't sleep elsewhere. And the Chazal understand this to mean that in this place he slept, but all 14 years that he sat and learned in the yeshiva of Shem Ve'eva, loy shochav balaylo, he did not go to sleep at night, shehoya oisek b'Torah. That's the Lashon of Chazal, the Lashon of Rashi. Can we imagine? 14 years did not go to sleep. And it seems also, maybe to add another point to this, that the way he slept this night, he didn't sleep before, which means he slept this night, he didn't sleep for 14 years that he was in Shem Ve'eva. That's the way Chazal interpret it. And to add another point to this, how did he sleep this night? He slept on a stone. He didn't have a comfortable pillow to sleep. Vayikach me'avnei hamokam vayosem merash sheisov means, according to the Marsha in Chulin, he slept. His head was the pillow was a stone. In addition, he had other stones protecting him, around him. Vayosem vayikach me'avnei hamokam vayosem merash sheisov. He slept on a stone, plus had other stones around him. But apparently it means that it seems that all those 14 years he didn't even lay down on a stone. He didn't even lay down on a stone. Could we imagine the way Yaakov conducted himself during the 14 years that he was in the yeshiva of Shem Ve'eva? He didn't lay down at night to sleep. And he didn't even lay down on a pillow. He only lay down on a stone. And during the years that he was in learning in Shem Ve'eva, even on a stone, he didn't lie down. And the question is it humanly possible for a human being not to sleep for 14 years? How could it be? And he was sitting and learning the whole time. And he didn't sleep. And he didn't lay down. He didn't sleep, and he didn't lay down on even on a stone. How is this humanly possible? The first thing that enters one's mind is that it was a miracle. How could a person exist without sleeping for 14 years? But perhaps we can see from the same Parshas Vayetzei, that Yaakov Avinu had incredible abilities, without a miracle, to be able to have a certain inner strength within him that helped him. It says in the same parsha, in Vayetzei, it says that the shepherds were laying around the well because there was a stone on the well that prevented the shepherds from watering their sheep. So they were all waiting until more shepherds will come to water their flocks. So then they will have the strength to be able to lift that boulder, that stone, from above the well. And the pasuk says, when Rochel came along, and Yaakov Avinu, when Rochel came along, and Yaakov Avinu asked all the shepherds laying around, what's going on here? Hein oid hayom gadol. It's not the time yet to. He thought they were bringing this. They were finished for the day. Yaakov Avinu thought they were finished for the day, and they were going to bring in their sheep into the stables. He said, "Hein oid hayom gadol lo yeis hayosef hamikneh." Why don't you continue watering the flock? And they answered him that when Rachel came along, he saw Rachel coming for water with her sheep, that he vayogel es ho'even me'al pi haber. He rolled the stone from the mouth of the well himself. Didn't need any help. And it was very easy for him to do it. Rashi says, Chazal, he rolled that stone kamishim mavir esapakok me'al pi tzlechis, as one removes a stopper from the mouth of a bottle, like a simple thing, la'idiacha, to inform you that his strength was great. Yaakov Avinu had tremendous strength, and he was able to do it alone, where usually you needed all the shepherds together to come. And he did it alone. And the question is, was it a miracle that he had the strength? Or was it not a miracle? And we must say that it was not a miracle, that he had such super strength. But we must say that there was something else going on within Yaakov Avinu, because in the tefillah of Geshem, we say, Ribono shel Olam, give us rain in the schus of Avram, in the schus of Yitzchak, in the schus of Yaakov. And what did Yaakov do? Yichad leiv v'gol even mipi be'er mayim chayim, be'er mayim. He focused his heart and he rolled the stone from the mouth of the well. Ribono shel Olam, help us, give us rain in the schus of Yaakov Avinu, who had super strength. Is that a reason that we ask Hashem Yisborach to give us rain? Because he physically had a great strength? We must say that Yaakov Avinu had tremendous physical strength, but it wasn't for his physical strength that we're asking Hashem to give us rain in the schus of Yaakov Avinu, but he was able to in his mind, internally, he was able to get his strength to focus, to help out Rochel, who needed water. He put all his heart and soul into it, and it's sort of his soul was controlling his physical strength. His physical strength was receiving nourishment from a teva ruchni that was within him. And that's why we praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We say, Ribono shel Olam, help Yaakov Avinu, help Klal Yisrael have a reign in the schus of Yaakov Avinu's great internal ruchnius that he had within him, his spirituality, that he was able to focus and bring out all his physical strength. And if this is what's going on by Yaakov Avinu, then we could perhaps say it wasn't a miracle that Yaakov Avinu was able to learn Torah for 14 years without sleeping, without even laying down on a stone. Without even laying down on a stone. He had this tremendous ability to gather all his inner strength, and he could accomplish miraculous things. It seems to be miracles, but it was perhaps not miracles. Perhaps it was just his greatness, his ruchnius, his spirituality within him, that he was able to bring out through his ruchnius. He was able to bring out his physical strength. It's like an example possibly might be like a fire. A fire, people are in a house, then we have to rescue them, or we have to rescue ourselves. We could do things that in a normal situation we would never have the strength to help others to get out, to save their lives, or to help ourselves. We would never have that strength. But if we focus if we want so much, we focus our internal strength that we have it would bring out tremendous physical strength. And perhaps we can learn from all this that a human being, we're not calling it a miracle, but every human being has that ability in a situation to bring out his physical strength as directed by his internal spiritual strength. But we don't bring out all our best abilities. Like it says in Pirkei Avos, Hayoim kotzer, the day is short, v'hamalocha meruba, and the work is much to be done, v'hapoyalim atzelim, and the workers are lazy. We don't bring out the deepest possible physical strength that we can, being directed by our inner spiritual strength. The Eibishter should help us that we should be zeicher to realize the greatness of each human being, the potential greatness, and you see not to let laziness, like it says in Pirkei Avos, hapoyalim atzelim, the workers are lazy, they don't bring out their full potential. We should be able to overcome that, bring out our full potential, and accomplish incredible things. Amen v'yamen.